next Showbiz Tonight. It is 30 minutes past the hour. Thank you for watching. I'm AJ Hammer in New York with big news breaking tonight. Defending Octomom. Tonight, Nadia Silverman is right here on Showbiz Tonight to defend herself against all of the criticism and downright threats that she has gotten since it was just revealed that she's now on welfare. Nadia is getting assistance to feed her 14 children, including her octuplets. But Showbiz dares to ask, are her critics way out of line? Nadia right now appearing in her own online show each week on Ustream.com. There you can see her video blogging all about parenting and fitness. She's also just signed on with the celebrity call-in service, dialastar.com. Nadia's right here with me in New York for the Showbiz Newsmaker interview. I appreciate you taking some time and speaking with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Listen, it is a tough time for you.
Right.
And we remember back in 2009 when the octuplets were first born, you were pretty adamant saying you were not going to take help. You were going to do it all on your own.
Right.
And now you are receiving this financial assistance on welfare. What changed?
A lot has changed. My perspective, for one, stripping my pride, because a lot of that was not only fear. Fear was actually number one because of inordinate amount of death threats, thousands upon thousands, and that was just letters. They'll write Octomom, Nadia, with no address, and it would arrive at my home. That scared me. But and my kids, I taught them not to take themselves too seriously, or I don't take myself seriously, but I take their health and their well-being seriously more than anything.
So it really came down to you got to do what you got to do.
Yes. Yeah,
so
it's a desperate.
You mentioned the death threats, and that went on from the time you were pregnant, from the time these kids were born.
What? Not when I was pregnant.
Oh no.
No. I had no bed rest, and I was hiding. I was in there because one of the baby H, the hiding one, he dislocated a rib. So, and they thought they were like perceiving me as a walking time bomb.
Got it.
So I was in the hospital for there about 4 or 5 weeks, and then delivered. And someone breached confidentiality at the hospital. And they promised me, that they would do everything completely private. Life happens too when you're busy making other plans, right? So it was my head. The baby's going to be in the NICU, going to go back to school, and
that's where things exploded.
Uh-huh.
But as you well know, since you went on record with the fact that you are on welfare and receiving this assistance, it's angered a lot of people. And I understand you have actually gotten some serious threats. Tell me about this.
Well, I'm kind of desensitized at this point because for me, for a couple years nonstop, I would receive thousands, and that was just letters. It was
but they're threatening your life?
My children's, mine, and I as a consequence, panic attacks manifested. So at this point, I'm still protecting. I'm a very overprotective parent. I will not allow any of my kids in front of the house without me even being there, and I have learned to let go of other people's perspective of us, of me in particular, because you cannot judge another human unless you know them. I am a stranger to all people. And how many people are receiving it as a form of a resource that is temporary? This is not something that is being abused. This is in my mind, the max I'm hoping is 2-3 months until I get on my feet, until we move, to help the transition of moving. And I had to ask myself, set aside pride, set aside all the fear. My kids deserve everything.
So, Nadia, I have to imagine, you still live in California, right?
Yes.
There are inevitably people at home watching right now saying, okay, she lives in California. How did she pay to fly to New York? Who's taking care of the kids right now?
I was on the Today Show. I was fortunate enough to have that opportunity to speak there, and they were nice enough to invite me to speak to them, yes. And
so who's taking care of the kids?
Grandma's there right now, and I'm very, very grateful for my mom. It took I'm almost 37, it took almost 37 years to earn the utmost respect from my mom. She told me, like months ago, Nadia, if anyone knew how hard, she's never in her life known anyone that works as hard as me.
Well, it's funny because I do remember we had that video of you guys kind of butting heads at times.
In the beginning, don't believe what you see on TV unless it literally comes out of that person's mouth, because they were paying her. They were telling her, you got to do this, you got to say this, you got to make.
They were lighting up the drama.
People don't believe what you really see unless it really comes out of that person's mouth. They were really catastrophizing the whole situation because
You certainly have taken some unconventional steps along the way.
Very much so.
In order to earn some money, I mean, a couple of things you've done. I remember you went head-to-head in the boxing ring.
Oh, boy.
You
Undefeated, by the way.
Congratulations on that. You took a shot at bartending. You were a spokesperson for the animal rights group PETA. I fully support you on that. And now you've posed nearly nude for a British magazine. A lot of people say, and I hear you saying you don't care so much what people say, but a lot of people say that made you look desperate. Was it done out of desperation?
Yes. I have something called a dial-a-star. I am far from a star. I'm just a mother, like any other mother struggling who happens to be in the public eye. So I have had a lot of callers, and all of which have been positive. And
So this is a deal. This is a deal where people pay
nothing.
money
Yes.
in order to just get on the phone with
To
you.
talk to me, yes.
And people are doing it.
They are actually doing it.
And
I don't know how.
it's real money.
And I'm actually, yes, and I'm the first thing that comes out of my mouth when they call me. I'm so grateful for you to even think, to even fathom, calling me. How could you? Thank you so much.
And are the majority of these people kind to you? Do you occasionally get some angry people calling you?
I am yet to have any kind of negativity, because only letters, and letters it's safe. They don't, the people that you can hate when you do online. Why you can hate for free. Why are you going to pay any kind of money to call someone? So all of them, so thus far have been positive.
So many parents of multiple kids have done reality shows, as we've seen now with the Goslings and their 8 kids, the Duggars, 19 kids and counting, and the Mesh septuplets on We. Now, there's a brand new report today saying that you actually signed to do a reality show.
Okay, again, don't believe anything you read. No, I am open-minded. It's an opportunity that if it comes my way, and I will speak openly. I always go through the children first. I raise them with very, very open communication and authenticity and honesty. And that's how I choose to raise my kids. So I am open to it. If there's some kind of great, if I'm fortunate enough to have that opportunity, I'm going to be receptive to it.
And you're dispensing advice now on Ustream. You're sharing some of the things that you've learned about parenting and health. And I wanted to get your take on some criticism right now that's going to another person we're seeing all the time, Jessica Simpson, who of course is pregnant, and she's been getting actual flack. Jessica Simpson, who's as you see right here, I'm sure you recognize her. There's Jessica. In any event, she, big-time music star, but people are getting on her case, saying that she's gained too much weight during her pregnancy. Would you say that that's unfair?
Not only life is unfair in and of itself, but here's the thing. I feel it's a sad commentary in this society in particular, and I am proud to be an American. However, why do people have to adopt such a false sense of entitlement, feeling they're entitled to judge other people's lives as if it's their own? Who gives the right to judge anybody? The only one we really have to answer to is God. And at the end of the day, it's just yourself and God. And if you know in your heart, and you can answer to God that you're doing the right thing, and you hold on tightly to your deeply indoctrinated morals and values, you have to learn to let go of other people's perspectives of you. You can't please everybody, because you never will.
Did you really not know who Jessica Simpson was? Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, Nadia, I appreciate you taking the time with us once again. Good luck to you. And through this whole thing, look, we've all been concerned about those kids, and we will continue to be. So I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you.
And keep continuing to navigate all this.
All healthy, super healthy, by the way.
Remember to check out Nadia's weekly blog on Ustream.com, and you too can chat one-on-one with Nadia on her new call-in service. Details can be found on dialastar.com. Well, just when you thought